Hello guys, welcome back to Lighting Engineering class. And in this class, we will be continuing with the previous class. Okay, so previous class we just learn about render passes, different type of render passes, right? So in this class, we will be continuing with the rendering passes, as well as we will composite all the render passes together to make a final output. Okay, so by end of this class, you will understand what is the purpose of using render pass. Okay, so whenever we make single composition render, okay, that means you can understand, right? In the single composition render, that means color, okay, the color detail and reflection, okay, and shadow, all these things will be together. Okay, so unless working with the combined composition, what we did is we separated each and every detail into different passes. That's what we learned in the last class, you remember? Okay, so that is called render pass. Okay, so in that way we can achieve a good quality in the sense of different layers. Okay, so if I get different details in different files, then I can tweak those detail separately. Okay, so you'll understand. Okay, in couple of some minutes you will understand what we are going to do and why we were working with the render passes. Okay, so in the previous class, okay, we were working with the exterior model. Okay, so you remember this, right? Okay, so guys, by default, it will be in half HD, okay, HD 540. Okay, when I'm rendering it, okay, I'm taking into full HD. Okay, to reduce the time, I'm using HD 540. But when in my free time, I have rendered my file into full HD. Okay, but it takes so much time, right? That's why I took in my free time. Okay, in the class, I cannot take huge render. It will take much time. Okay, so the class time will be huge. So for that, to optimize that, okay, so I'm just working with the less, what is that, less resolution. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Okay, you can work with the same. If you find your computer performance is not good, then you can go with 540 HD. Okay, but when I teach you, okay, in the final output, I will be using full HD. Okay, I have already rendered it out. Okay, before the class. Okay, so now, okay, here at the top, okay, before the above the ribbon, you can find render setup. Okay, this is a render setup, and inside the render setup, you remember that we created ambient occlusion, okay, and shadow pass, okay, and then reflection pass. Remember, yeah. So, and this is my final scene. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more pass. Okay, previous class we created 3 passes. Okay, ambient occlusion, AO, shadow, and reflection. Okay, and this class I'm going to create one more pass. Okay, which will help me to select the regions. Okay, example. Okay, in this you can see that there is a grass, right? And there is a sky, there is a building, there is a reflection. Okay, the window and the door has some reflection. So I need everything separately. If I'm working with the Photoshop or some other image editing software, in that time, it will be very difficult to select the complete grass. Instead of selecting it manually, I'm just making something very simplified before in the render part. Okay, so just understand the concept. You will, end of the class, you will understand why we did the selection pass. Okay, so now go to render setup. Okay, and now here I'm going to create a new layer for selection pass. So I'm just going to give a name as a selection pass. selection pass. Okay, whatever image I'm going to get from the selection, it will help me to select the regions. Okay, region of the image. Okay, it will just help me to select the particular part, select the particular place. Okay, or region. Okay, that's why I created selection pass. Okay, a selection layer. Now right click on the selection and right click on the layer and create collection. Now I want to add complete model. Okay, in this collection, I want to add complete entire scene. So you can just middle mouse the group or model or anything from the scene. Okay, that means the outliner, and you can drop here, or you can, I have told you this shortcut, right? If you add asterisk, it's an expression. It will add automatically. Okay, before that, okay, look at here. By default, okay, the scene is visible here. Okay, the eye symbol you can see here. Okay, the eyeball. Okay, that means this scene will be rendered right now. Okay, so now I want to work with the selection. So I'm just switching this to, okay, the visibility to the selection layer. Now you can see that no model is added over here. Okay, you have to just middle mouse button, click and drag. Okay, just click middle mouse button and drag and drop here, or in the include. Okay, make sure you have selected the collection. Okay, and in the collection, I have to give the name. Okay, I'm gonna just give the name as a scene. Okay, and here in the include, I'm just going to add expression. Okay, I'm just going to add a star. Okay, star asterisk. Okay, and gonna hit enter. So all the model will be added in the scene, or you can just middle mouse button and drag and drop the nodes over here. Okay, it will be added. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, how are you gonna work? Okay, so I always work with the expressions. Okay, expression is quite easy for me. Okay, it is something related to scripting part, programming part. So it's easy. Okay, so now, so you remember, okay, if you want to add entire model into the collection, then just add star, that's it. Okay, if you want to add manually, then we will middle mouse button and drag and drop here. Okay, so here, now what I'm gonna do is, okay, the next, okay, I have added the scene. Okay, now I want to add a grass, this grass into a separate collection. So now I'm going to create a new collection. Okay, just going to add, rename it as a grass. Okay, and you can go to the house group, and here you can find, under the landscape, you can find grass. Okay, just middle mouse button the grass and drop over here, or just select the grass and you can click add. Okay, so now you can see that the grass is added over here. Now I want to give color to the grass. Okay, so right click on the grass collection, select material override. Okay, this we have done earlier. Okay, in these things we have added materials. Okay, remember. Okay, so now click on the checker box. Okay, under the surface, find surface shader. Okay, surface shader we used for reflection. Okay, so to make the model black out. Okay, so we used surface shader. Okay, now once you select the surface shader, just click on this play box button here. Okay, that means we will get attribute editor of this material. Okay, now I'm just going to change this black color to green color. Okay, so just click on this color swatches. Okay, and now I'm going to change this to green color. I'm just going to use default color. I'm not moving. If you want, you can change any color. You can select from here, or you can choose from the color wheel. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, you don't need to work with the same color. It's up to your choice. Okay, so to understand the region, I'm just working with the relative color. Grass means green color, so I'm just working relatively. Okay, so for other layers, it won't be relative. I'm just going to use default layers. Okay, default easy options. Okay, so now I have created a grass. Okay, now you can see that the whole grass will be green color. So now it is very easy for me to select entire grass region. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the another collection. Okay, the next collection will be um, um, the glass. Okay, the glass portion where I have reflection. Okay, so you know that where you have reflection in your scene. Okay, you have reflection in the window and door. So now I'm just going to add collection name as door, window, door, door and window. Okay, so now I'm just going to add doors. Okay, so you can see here doors. So middle mouse button and drag door. Okay, and the window. So I have added the window. Okay, so I have added two things. Okay, which has the reflection. Okay, so which part of your model has reflection? Of course, it is window and door, right? So I just selected these two things and added over in the second collection. Now I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose create material override. And now I'm going to select surface shader. Okay, if you don't find surface shader here, okay, under the Maya, under the surface, you can find surface shader, or you can just type it. Okay, so now just click on this option button. Okay, play option button here, and here you can change this to another color. Okay, so now I want to just you can choose anything, yellow, green, okay, or you can choose from the color samples, anything. Okay, so I'm just working with a default color. Okay, just easy, whatever it comes to my hand. Okay, so now you can see that all the reflection part, okay, wherever we have added the reflection, okay, it has the same color, right? So now the next collection I'm going to use for the entire building. So now right click on the selection, create collection. Okay, so entire buildings. Okay, so now that you can see exterior walls. Okay, I want to just select exterior roof. Okay, select both things and drag and drop over here. Okay, that means both things will be selected. Okay, so now you can see that entire house is selected. Now look at here, this wall. Look at here, this wall is missed. Okay, this is a wall and another wall is over here. This is not into the selection. So where is this wall? Okay, I think it is inside patio group. Okay, and in the patio group, let me find, yeah. So this walkway front wall. Okay, just drag the selection. Now you can see that the selection is highlighted over here. So drag and add it over here. And now I have to select this wall. So I have to find out. Yeah, I think patio wall. So you can see here, it is selected over here, the highlighted. Okay. So now select the patio, middle mouse button and drop into your collection. So now once the collection is added, now right click on the building. Okay. Create material override. Okay, inside the material, I want to choose surface shader. Okay, once surface shader is selected, now I want to just change the color to anything. Okay. So I'm just using light color, guys. Okay, so if you want to work with the dark color, then you can go with the dark colors. The color choice is yours. Okay, but make sure all the color has different tones. Okay, not similar tones. Okay, or else it will be difficult for the selection. Okay, so now once it is done, now you can see that I can see the background as a sky. So I don't want to see as a sky. So now I want to just, you remember, okay, we have created a mask. Okay, the plane in the background. Okay, for the previous one, remember? Yeah. So the same thing, I want to just create mask here. Mask. Mask. and just drag the mask and drop over here. Now, once it is added, now look at here, the mask is not visible in the scene. Okay, because it is not added in the selection layer. It is added in the selection layer, but for the main scene, we have hidden it, remember? So select the mask, select the mask. Oh, guys, you know what? By mistake, okay, I was just typing mask over here, right? So it was not selected. Okay, this place was not selected. This region was selected. So when you hit S from your keyboard, okay, that means it will just set the keyframe for animation. So I don't want to add keyframe. Okay, so right click, break connection. Okay, if you find something has a keyframe by mistake, okay, just select the attribute, left click and drag, and just break connection. Okay, by that way, the keyframes will be deleted. Okay, if you hit S, okay, keyframe will be added. Okay, so don't forget. Okay, and unnecessarily don't click S. Okay, whenever you used to save the file, sometimes you just hit S. Okay, instead of pressing Control S. Okay, so just simple S will be saving, creating a keyframe. Remember. Okay, so now to delete the keyframe, I just right click on the attribute and just choose break connection. It will just delete your keyframes. Okay, so now I have selected the mask. Okay, and go back to mask shape in your attribute editor. You can find visibility. Just middle mouse button, drag and drop visibility under override. Okay, then you can find it is changed to orange color. Now just enable it. Okay, and now you can see that it is added over here. So now it is done. Okay, so we have created a selection layer. Now I want to just save my scene. Before I render, I want to just save the scene, file, save scene. Now go to Arnold and open an Arnold render view. Okay, just play and just start the render. So now you can see that this will be my image render output, which I'm gonna get for the selection pass. Okay, so now you can see the grass has a green color and the building has a pink color, and the reflection region, that is a window and door, which has blue color, right? So it will be easy for me to select the grass in Photoshop. Okay, you know that. Okay, we can select the similar color, right? Okay, so I'll show you that. Okay, so now we will wait for the render to complete. Okay, and till then just hang on. I'll just continue once my render is done. Okay, it takes some time. Guys, once your render is completed, you can save your file from file, save image. Okay, then you can give new names. Okay, so if you're there is another way to render your file. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the multiple ways to render your file. Okay, this image is rendered. Okay, don't consider this region. Okay, I have the final output. It takes a lot of time to render. Okay, I'll show you the final image. Okay, and look at here. This is one method of rendering your image, right? So I'll show you the another method to render your another method to render your scene. So here under the modeling tab, okay, just the drop box. Okay, here you can change this to rendering. Okay, once you change this to rendering, okay, your options will be changed. Okay, your menu will be changed. Okay, under the render, okay, below that you can find batch render. Okay, if you just click on the batch render, okay, you have to, Arnold does not have specific batch render options because, okay, so if you just use this batch render, okay, you can see a dotted lines here. If you just click on this, Okay, this menu will be teared off from the menu. Okay, so now look at here. Okay, if I use batch render, okay, I need a paid version of Arnold. Okay, if you hit render through batch render of free version of Maya or trial version of Maya, that means you will get a watermark in your final output. Okay, so instead of going, okay, if you have a paid version, then you can go with this. Okay, if you don't have a paid, if you don't have paid version, then you can use a render sequence. Okay, and just click on the option box. Okay, here you have to choose which camera you want to render. Okay, of course we want to render camera 1, which we created a long before when we started this class. Okay, and just enable this all render enable layer. Okay, that means I want to enable all this render layer. Okay, and when all render enabled camera. Okay, of course we have just one camera selected. Okay, whatever camera will be selected in the render settings. Okay, it will be rendered. Okay, and okay, and here you can see add to the render view. Okay, and add all cameras. Okay, and now before that, okay, you have to switch to render settings. Okay, under the render settings, you have to choose the file format. By default, I'm just using TIFF format. Okay, it is a good format. Okay, it is fine. Okay, or you can choose anything which you wanted. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so now under the renderable camera, you have to choose camera 1. And what is the preset? Okay, I told you I have rendered in full HD. Okay, okay, 19201080. I have taken this resolution. Okay, and if you want to tweak these settings, then you can do it. Okay, if you want to change the ray depth, then you can do it. Okay, but I want to just work with the same settings because this setting is perfect for this scene. Okay, so now once this setting is done, then you can just hit render sequence and close. Okay, so by default, your image will be added inside inside your here inside your folder. Okay, inside the image folder, all the render image will be saved automatically. Okay, so this is one way to render your complete settings here, complete render layers. Okay, so now you can see that I have already rendered it. Okay, so now look at here. Okay, so all my models is already rendered. You can see here by default it just created it just created a folder. Okay, when I these all output I got from batch render. Okay, sorry, from the render sequence. Okay, when I did render sequence, okay, I got this file. Okay, these folders. Okay, in every folders you can find okay everything over here. Okay, so in the reflection everything. Okay, and these things I just saved it manually. Okay, getting. So these things I have saved it manually. Okay, so now what I want to do is, okay, so I want to just move to the next part. Okay, so we completed all the render things. Okay, so I don't have any work with Maya right now. So now I want to just um, work with Photoshop. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add this image, okay, into my Photoshop. Okay, so all the images is added over here. Okay, so now I want to just move to uh, final view here. Okay, this is my final view, right? Yeah. So this is my final view. God, this looks so strange. Yeah. Okay, so I have a layer option over here. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so now you can see this is my final render view. Okay, so guys, these all renders I already took in the previous class. Okay, while teaching. Okay, and this selection. Okay, just before the class. Okay, to make sure I have complete proper image. Okay, for the render output for the selection. Okay, so now switch back to your final layer. Okay, final workspace, and go to. I'm just going to add the layers over here. Okay, so you can see this output. This output is not quite promising. Okay, I don't feel this is much good. Okay, I want to do some editing. Okay, I want to do some compositing. Okay, using the output which we extracted from the passes. Okay, which we took from the past. Okay, so go back to AO. Okay, and here I want to just do Control A, Command A from your Mac, or you can go from go to Select and click Select All. Control C, copy, and here I want to just paste it. Okay, so I have pasted my AO pass over here. Okay, so now I want to just rename the layers. Final. And this is my AO pass, ambient occlusion pass. Okay, so now you can see I have two passes over here. Okay, so now what I want to do is, okay, this image is completely different than the final. You can see it. Okay, this looks white and little dark. Okay, and this the previous final has more color. Okay, so select the AO pass layer. Okay, select the ambient occlusion layer. Okay, go to blending options. Okay, inside the blending options, you can just tweak to the different options, and you can see the output is varying. Okay, depends on your blending options. So now I'm just going to work with. I'm just going to change. I'm going to select these things to multiply. Okay, select the AO and change these blending options to multiply. Okay, you can see that what is the difference I got. Okay, you can find the difference. Okay, in the corner, look into the edge. Okay, you can find the difference. Okay, I'm just getting a proper depth. Okay, that's why we need AO pass. Okay, so that we can now you can find the image is little bit flat. Okay, once I add AO, it will have a depth. Okay, that's the use of AO. So now what I find is it has a more dark region in this area. So in the AO pass, okay, just select the AO layer. Okay, and under the opacity, just decrease the opacity. Just decrease opacity to 50%. Okay, and then you can find the difference. Okay, now it looks cool. Okay, so this is why I just wanted to add AO pass on the top of my final layer. Okay, that means it will give me a depth here. Okay, again, you can just work with some more opacity to get proper value. Okay, or proper more good output. Okay, it's guys, I'm just going to teach you the ways. Okay, the values and experiments. Okay, the practice that is in your hand. You have to spend time in the values. Okay, don't use the same value which I use. Okay, you go with your own value. Okay, so now the next things I want to just work with shadow pass. Okay, I want to just Control A. Okay, go to the final workspace and hit Control V. And here you can see that the shadow is added over here, but it's not proper. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to change this to, oh, wait. I have just taken some other images. Okay, my image is wrong here. Just, and guys, this shadow is good. Okay, so this is the final. Okay, I was thinking I'm using a small version. Okay, it is a full HD. Okay, that's fine. Okay, go to just control A, just click Control A so that you can select entire layer. Okay, and hit Control C or Command C from your key Mac. Okay, and I want to just paste over here. Okay, so I have added shadow. Okay, shadow layer. Okay, so now select the shadow layer. Okay, it gives me a strange output. You can see here. Okay, but because it is a normal mode. Okay, oh, let me just zoom out a bit. Yeah, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so select the shadow layer. Okay, under the blending modes, okay, you can see there are so many blending modes. Okay, so you have to find out which blending modes you want to use. Okay, so you can see here overlay. Okay, under the overlay, okay, the the shadow is sitting very properly. Yeah, it's here. Okay, and the shadow pass is added here. Okay, so I want to just rename it. So I just took irrelevant image, the smaller one. Okay, that's why. So I was getting some different output. Okay, so now the select the shadow layer. Okay, and here you can see with different blending modes. Okay, the shadow is getting in the different positions or giving the different output. So I want to just use overlay. Overlay is um, good output for the shadow. I want to overlay my shadow on the top of the model. So I want to use the overlay here. Okay, just click overlay if you want. If you find better option, then you can go with here. Okay, so now once the shadow is added, now look at here. Okay, with the shadow and without shadow, your output will be here. Okay, so you can find the difference. Okay, so I find the shadow is too dark here. Okay, you can just reduce the opacity. Okay, you can use some 60 in between, some 60 to 70 value. It will be more fine. Okay, you can, it's up to you. Yeah. So you can see here, okay, the shadow till the shadow, okay, we have just composited into the final output. We have composited two components here, two layers, okay, or two passes. One is AO pass, okay, that is ambient occlusion to give the depth, okay, to give the depth for the models, okay, for the structure. And another one is a shadow, okay, so you know that the shadow detail will be added into the scene, okay, the final output. Okay, so now you can see I can control individually if you want. Okay, what if I have just a final output alone. Okay, if you just have a final output alone, you cannot control the shadow. You getting the point? Okay, you cannot control the shadow. If you have a shadow with, if you just add the shadow to the final output, then you cannot control shadow alone. If you want to increase the brightness or decrease the brightness, the entire image will obey for your adjustments, right? So that's why we need different passes. Okay, the first one, it reduces render time. Second one, it it gives quality for the final output when it comes to the editing purpose. Okay, when you just composite the image, you'll get awesome output. You can achieve output as like you want. Okay, as per your choice. Okay, so here you can see shadow. We have added shadow. Now I want to just add reflection. So now go to reflection, okay, and hit Control A. Okay, for that I can select the entire. Control A means select everything, and here Control C for the copy, and go to your final output. Okay, the final composition window, and hit Control V. And now when we are going to work with the reflection part, now I am going to use the selection. Okay, so now just go back to selection workspace and hit Control A, Control C, and just gonna add on the top of layer 1, on the top of reflection. Okay, so here this will be my selection. And here this is reflection. So now this is the place where I want to work with the selection pass which we created. Okay, so now I want to select this glass window alone. So now I want to select this glass part. Okay, if I don't have this image, in that time I have to work with the pen tool and I have to just select it by manually. So it will take huge time. Okay, so for that, to reduce the time, okay, I have created a selection what is that, selection pass. Okay, now okay, so I want to select this color, blue color. Okay, the wherever I have what is this, the glass and window, okay, which has a reflection. Go to select, okay, and choose color range. Okay, and here you got a color picker. Just click on the color picker. Okay, just choose the color. Okay, and the detail will be added. The similar color detail will be added over here. And now it is, the fuzziness is something like 126. Okay, I want to just reduce this to 12 or 13. Okay, this is something like feather. Okay, I don't want to, I don't need feather. Okay, I just need the region alone, this region alone. So I'm using the small value, and now just hit OK. So now you can see that the blue color part is selected. You can see here. And now just hide this selection and select the reflection here. Okay, select the reflection layer. Now you can see that the reflection is selected. Okay, or else just imagine how you have to work. You have to select manually and look into this part. You couldn't able to select this part manually. Okay, that's why we need a selection pass here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, okay, select the reflection. Okay, select the reflection layer, and below that you can find the layer mask. Okay, just click on the layer mask. Okay, it will be added. Okay, the reflection will be added in your scene. Okay, you can see the difference here. Okay, so the reflection alone is added in your scene. Now, if you find you want to play with the blending modes, then you can play with the blending modes. It's your choice. Okay, how you are just looking into your output. It's up to you. Okay, so now I want to just work with just normal. Okay, I just need a reflection detail, and I find the reflection is too high, so I want to just reduce some reflection nearby to 40 to 45 or 30 to 45. Okay, so now you can see that my reflection is fine here. Okay, I have got some promising output for the reflection. You can see here, this is the previous one without the reflection layer, without the reflection pass, and this is with the reflection pass. So this is what the beauty of the taking render out with the different passes. You can customize your image separately, okay, as your choice. Okay, so now we'll next move to what I find is the grass looks so dark. Okay, it looks so dull. Okay, I want to just brighten it. So look at here. Okay, so I want to just work with the grass now. Okay, so now what I want to do is my grass detail is in the final output. Okay, so now open this selection. Okay, go to select, color range. select the green color over here. Okay, make sure you are working with the 12 or 13. Okay, so that your grass will be selected. Okay, now hide this selection. Okay, go to your final output layer where you have a grass detail. Right click on the layer. Okay, and find duplicate layer. Just click on the duplicate layer. Okay, and here change this to grass. Okay, change this layer name to grass. Okay, where you can find your grass layer added. Now you can see that the whole scene is added over here in the duplicate. Now make sure your grass is selected. Just click on the layer mask. Okay, click on the layer mask. That means you just separated your grass into the new layer. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so now once it is added, okay, now click on this image. Okay, make sure you are working with this image here. Okay, in the grass, there are two images, right? Just make sure you have selected the first one. Okay, and go to edit. And here you can find some color correction. Go to image, adjustments, and here you can find the brightness. Okay, so you can just increase some brightness over here. Okay, so increase some brightness. Okay, you can just see your grass alone is affected. Okay, if you have all those things, if you are going to add brightness to the final layer, okay, you'll find your building's brightness will be increased. Okay, instead of working that, okay, now we look at here. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so that's why we need different passes. Okay, different layer passes. Okay, so that I can extract the detail from the final output and I can tweak it according to my my output. So now look at here. I want to just work with some opacity. Yeah, this is fine. So this will be my final output. Okay, so this is the output which I was expecting. Okay, with the grass layer and without the grass layer. So you can find the difference. Okay, so now this will be my final output. Okay, so if you want, you can just add some adjustments for entire scene, entire composition. Like you can add some adjustment layer. Okay, on the top of complete composition. Okay, so here you can add some levels. Okay, so you can see here my level layer is added. So you can control some layer levels according to your choice. Yeah. Okay, so once it is done, now you can see that this is my adjustment layer. Okay, for the level. Okay, and again you can work with some vibrance. Okay, so if you want. Okay, so it's up to your choice. Okay, so if you want to add, make sure it is added for all at the top of your layers. Okay, so now you can see I have added vibrance and some of the levels. Okay, so you can tweak some more settings. Okay, you can use some previous your Photoshop skill and you can enhance your image. Okay, your final output. This is your final output, guys. Okay, this is the end of the class. Okay, so as I told you earlier in the beginning of the class, okay, what is the purpose of taking render passes and why we need this selection layer, all those things. Okay, I have just discussed in the beginning of this class. Okay, but end of the class, I hope you understand what is the purpose of these all techniques. This technique is very mandatory for a lighting artist. Okay, without this technique, okay, you cannot say that you are lighting artist. Okay, so if you are working for the movie, okay, so the compositing part, okay, you have to composite, you have to render these things and you have to give this render files to your compositing team. they will composite the scene. Okay, this is just one image. The same thing, the same process goes for film. Okay, so if you have a video render, then the same thing. Okay, the same thing. It will have an image sequence. Okay, and this is just an image frame. Both is same, right? Okay, so this is the end of the class, today's class, guys. Okay, so rendering the final exterior daylighting. Okay, so in the next class we will look into that, what else we can do with the model, or we can look into the another topic. And what I want to discuss is regarding your exam file. Okay, guys, you guys, some of you guys are not familiar with Maya interface. Without Maya interface, you cannot work with lighting part. What I find is, guys, setting the view, okay, setting the camera view is same amount, same important as a lighting. Okay, the view is very important. Without view, what is the purpose of adding the light? Okay, some of the guys' camera is outside the room. I don't know why. Guys, it's quite easy, right? You have to pan the view and you have to make the view. I have taught you some different techniques how to set the camera for the same scene. Remember, I have just added the locator and I have just made some positioning of the camera. I have taught you some 2-3 different ways, but still nothing is added in some of students' file. But in overall, okay, I'm happy with your output in your test output. You guys are, I feel that you guys are doing some hard work. I believe that. Okay, so for the first exam, it is fine, but still, to be the truth, I expected some more. I was expecting something very awesome output from you guys, but I just got average output from you guys. Okay, but still I'm happy. Okay, so if you keep on practicing, okay, you will get a good output. Okay, so the basic thing, okay, the camera view, it was really hectic, guys. I was really disappointed when I saw those files. I felt what I was teaching to you. Okay, I wanted to teach you so advanced things. Okay, in the day, every day you can find, in every video you can find advanced things in my class. Okay, but still some of the guys is struggling with the first step. That means you are not practicing in your free time, or you are not listening to my video. Guys, if it is that, then it will be very difficult in the final exam. Okay, I just asked a small part of exercise in the first exam. Okay, in the final exam, I will be asking the whole teaching things, all the techniques together. Okay, so just figure out how much hard work you have to put on the lighting part. Okay, so guys, the basic thing is camera setup. Okay, I know that you are very new to Maya. Okay, and you are learning the advanced subject, but still I'm trying to teach you in very easy way, and I'm teaching you advanced things with many tricks. Okay, so that you won't feel that you are not familiar with Maya. Okay, so please, I'm just explaining a lot because I know that you are new to you're new to Maya. Okay, so I just expect the same amount of hard work from you. Okay, you asked me that I have to give you assignment, but just understand, if I give you assignment, okay, you won't practice. Okay, I will be more disappointed. Okay, the responsibility, I have given you responsibility, I have given you freedom. That means I have given you more um, responsibility. Okay, more freedom means you have a lot of responsibility. That means you should download some model from the internet and you should practice by your own. Don't wait for my assignment. Assignment, I don't believe in assignment, guys. I know that half of the file will be copied from the friend. So I don't want to waste your time as well as my time. Instead of doing that, I can teach you new things. I can record new things and I can send to you. That will be more better, better in the sense. Okay, so please practice. Okay, overall test file. Okay, overall test output is average. Okay, I'm just happy, little happy, not much happy. Okay, so I was expected a lot from you guys, but I'm just little happy. So maybe in the second exam you will do best, I believe. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is today's class. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubt in this topic or any previous topic, feel free to message me, ask me any number of time, as much time. Okay, I'll explain you until you understand. Don't worry about that. Okay, that is my job. Okay, I will explain you 100 times, more than 100 times, 200 times. It doesn't matter. The only matter is you should understand the technique. That is what I'm just worried about. Okay, so feel free to ask me doubt. Okay, I'll just fix your doubt. Okay, I'll help you to understand the technique, everything. Okay, feel free to contact me. Thank you guys. Bye bye.